black eyes or red eyes?
Ma'am, I have studied something about rabbits. Can I tell?
Yes, tell.
Ma'am, rabbits' lifespan, I think 1 or 2 years in the wild.
What, beta, your voice is not clear.
Ma'am, rabbit lifespan is 1 to 2 years.
Okay, I'm not sure about the lifespan. And what else have you read about rabbits?
Ma'am, they daily sleep 8 hours.
Okay, they sleep for 8 hours daily. Yes, that is correct. Even we all also sleep for that much time, right? So this rabbit was a white rabbit. Close your eyes. Limbs are in the air and it's running. Okay, and it's wearing a coat also. Can you imagine a coat and a bow tie? And it has a small golden clock in his hand, and it keeps on looking at the clock and murmuring to himself, I'm late, I'm late, I'm going to be late. And then suddenly it runs and jumps into a rabbit hole. Okay, so this is how our story starts. The rabbit was talking to itself and looking at the pocket watch to check the time. Now this rabbit is constantly looking at the pocket watch. Alice decided to follow the rabbit and she jumped into the hole after it. Now Alice was a girl. Do you think she can jump into a rabbit hole?
No, ma'am.
So that means this is a magical story. It will have magic in it. Okay. So what happened next? Let us read and find out. Now Alice has jumped into that rabbit hole and Alice found herself in a long, low hall which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof.
No.
Now, when Alice opened her eyes again after she jumped, she found that she was in a long hall. Okay. And it was lit. Instead of lights, the hall had lamps that were hanging from the ceiling. There were doors all around the hall, but they were all locked. And when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked sadly down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Now, wondering means thinking. She walked from one side of the hall and she checked each and every door, and all the doors were locked. Then she turned back and she took the other side and she checked all the doors on the other side of the hall. But every door was locked. And now she became sad. She said, how I am going to get out of this hall? Suddenly, she came upon a little three-legged table. Now, can you see the table? There is a picture of a table, a glass table on the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
page.
Yes.
Okay. So, she saw that table. The table had 3 legs, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it except a tiny golden key. And Alice's first thought was that it might belong to one of the doors of the hall. Now she was very happy to see the tiny golden key. Okay, what is the meaning of tiny? Ara?
Very small.
Yes, very small. So that golden key was very small. And First of all, she was very happy to see that key, that now she could use the key to open one of the doors. But alas, either the locks were too big or the key was too small. Now, the key was very small and all the locks of the doors were very big. So, the key was not able to fit inside. But at any rate, it would not open any of them. However, on the second time round, now again she started walking along the hallway and she started looking at the doors. And now she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before. And behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. Now she came upon a low curtain. There was a curtain, a small curtain, and she had not noticed it before because she was busy looking at all the bigger doors. And when she moved that curtain, there was a very small door that was about 15 inches high. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight, it fitted. Now, what is the meaning of delight?
Joy.
Or
Joy.
what will be the other word? What will be the other meaning of delight? Except
Very
joy,
happy.
joy is already written. Yes, very happy. She was very happy when the door opened. Alice opened the door
Happy.
and found that it led into a small passage. Now, there was a very small passage, or you can say there was a small hallway inside the door, not much larger than a rat hole. Now, that passage was so small that only a rat could fit inside. She knelt down and now knelt. What is the meaning of knelt?
Down.
On the knees. Okay, to bend down on the knees. So she got down on her knees and started looking along the passage into the loveliest garden she ever saw. Now, children, on the other side, please stop scribbling. This is not good. Okay. Now, what was I telling you? Yes. On the other side of the door, there was a beautiful garden. How she longed to get out of that dark hall and wander about among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains. But, Samiksha, please don't touch the screen. But she could not even get her head through the door. Now, what happened? She wanted to go to that garden, but the passage was so small and she was too big. She could not move there. And even her head was not able to fit inside the doorway. There seemed to be no use in waiting by the little door. So she went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it. Now she thought that there was no use waiting near that door. So she went back to the three-legged table. Or at any rate, a book of rules for shutting people up like telescopes. This time she found a little bottle on it, and round the neck of the bottle was a paper label with the words "Drink me" beautifully printed on it in large letters. Now, next time she went to the table, she found a little bottle, and around the neck of the bottle was a paper label that said, "Drink
Drink.
me." So, what do you think? Should she drink that
No,
liquid
ma'am.
in the bottle?
No, ma'am.
Why? Why do you think so?
I'm drained. I'm drained. Ma'am, because it is liquid, not it is anything water.
Yes, because she doesn't know what is inside the bottle. It
Yes.
can be anything. It can be poison also, it can harm her. So she must check it first. But Alice wanted to do something. She was packed in that hallway and she was not able to get out. So she thought that maybe by drinking this liquid, I will be able to get out of this hall. What a curious feeling, said Alice after she finished drinking the liquid. Now, as soon as she saw that liquid bottle, she opened it and she drank it. I must be shutting up like a telescope. Now, as soon as she drank that liquid, she started feeling funny. She started feeling odd. And so it was indeed. She was now only 10 inches high. Do you remember the height of that little door?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what was the height of that little door? Atharv Singh?
Ma'am, 15 inches. Ma'am, 15 inches.
Remember, after I tell you the question, I also say who is going to answer. Okay? You need to wait for your name to come up. Everyone should get a chance to answer, right? So, the door was 15 inches and now Alice was 10 inches. So, can she go through that door now?
Yes,
Vivan, what
ma'am.
do you think? Vivan,
Yes, ma'am.
can Alice move through that little door now?
Yes, no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, he
Okay.
can go because he is 10 inches and the door was 15 inches. So door is bigger and she is small.
Yes. The door is 15 inches and now Alice is only 10 inches in height. So she can move through the door. And her face brightened up at the thought that she was now the right size for going through the little door into that lovely garden. First, however, she waited for a few minutes to see if she was going to shrink any further. Now, shrink. Children, the meaning of shrink is to become small. Okay. So she waited for some time. She did not want to become any more small. She felt a little nervous about this. For it might end, said Alice to herself. Now, see, this is a table with a bottle and a label of "Drink Me." So Alice drank this liquid and she became 10 inches high. And now she is thinking to herself, let me wait for some time. What if I become big again? Said Alice to herself, it might be going out altogether like a candle. I wonder what I should be like then. Now she started thinking, what if I become more small and suddenly I disappear? Then she tried to fancy. Fancy means to think in her mind. So she tried
And
to
imagine.
think what the flame of a candle is like after the candle is blown out. Blown out means when you blow air on the candle, the flame goes off. So the
Higher.
same way she is thinking that what will happen if I keep on getting smaller and smaller and suddenly disappear. For she could not remember ever having seen such a thing. Now she had never seen a candle being blown out. So she cannot imagine what it will be like. Okay. After a while, finding that nothing more happened, she decided on going into the garden at once. Now she waited, and after some time, when nothing happened, neither she became big nor small, she decided she'll go to the garden. When she got to the door, she found she had forgotten the little golden key, and when she went back to the table for it, she found she could not reach it. Now, this is another problem for her. She has become small, and now the little golden key is on the table, and the table is very high, and Alice is very small. So she cannot reach the key. When she had tired herself out with trying, the poor little thing sat down and cried. Now she started crying when she was not able to get that golden key. Come, there's no use in crying like that, said Alice to herself, rather sharply. Means very strictly she's talking to herself and she's saying that there is no use of crying. Crying will not solve anything. I advise you to leave off this minute. So she is telling herself to stop crying and find out some solution. Soon her eyes fell on a little glass box that was lying under the table. Now, under the table, she found a small glass box. She opened it and found in it a very small cake. Now, under the table, when she was bigger, she was not able to see that there was a box under the table. But now, since she is small, she is able to see that small glass box. And inside it was a very small cake on which the words "Eat me" were beautifully marked in currants. Now, just like, have you seen cakes in which with cream things are written?
Yes, ma'am.
So currant is also like juice. Okay. So on top of that small cake, it was written "Eat me" with the fruit juice. Well, I'll eat it, said Alice. And if it makes me grow larger, I can reach the key. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. Creep means to move quietly. She will bend and she will move from under that small door. I can creep under the door. So either way, I'll get into the garden and I don't care which happens. Now she's thinking to herself that if I become larger, I will get the key. And if I become smaller, then I can always move from under the door. And definitely I will reach the garden. Any problem up till here, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She ate a little bit and said anxiously to herself, now, She bit into the cake. Now see, can you see that glass box under the table?
Yes, ma'am.
And Alice has opened the box and she is eating the small cake now. And see, she has become so small, she cannot reach the key that is kept on top of the table. And now she is nervous. She doesn't know what will happen if she eats the whole cake. She ate a little bit and said anxiously to herself, "Which way? Which way?" holding her hand on the top of her head to feel which way it was growing. Now she is putting her hand on her head and she is trying to feel whether she is growing bigger or she is becoming smaller. And she was quite surprised to find that she remained the same size. Now, by eating the small bite of cake, she did not grow big or small. She remained the same size, 10 inches only. This generally happens when one eats cake. But Alice had got so much into the way of expecting nothing but out of the way things to happen. Now, usually when you eat a cake, you don't grow big or small, you remain the same size. But Alice had gone into a magical word. So she started thinking that everything in that word was magical. So she was expecting something magical to happen. That she will grow big or she'll grow small or something will happen to her. That it seemed quite dull and stupid for life to go on in the common way. Now she started feeling bad that nothing was happening when she was eating the cake. So she felt that her life had become very dull and boring. So she set to work and very soon finished off the cake. Now she had only one bite of the cake, but when nothing started happening, so she ate the whole cake. She finished off the cake. All right, so this is one small chapter from the novel Alice Adventures in Wonderland. See the last line, children. It is written adapted extract from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Okay, so the author, the person who has written this novel, the name of that author is Lewis Carroll. All right. Remember, this can also come in your GK. All right. Now, extract means a small portion. Okay. Adapted extract means they have taken the small portion of the book and they have made it into a chapter of your book. All right. Yes, who was asking? Somebody was asking something. Nobody wants to ask anything?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, then let's come to the next page and solve the exercise. Okay, this is MCQ. You have to choose the correct option. The golden key opened the which door? Samiksha, please read the question.
The golden key opened the a box that was the table.
But beta, be louder.
I'm the golden key of I'm the golden key open the door that was under the table.
See, ABC options are given to you. You have to choose any one option out of this, okay? See, the first option is large door in the hall. Second is small door behind the curtain. And third is round door in the hallway.
Can I
So which door? Okay, tell.
Ma'am, small door behind the curtain.
Yes, the golden key opened the small door behind the curtain. When Alice opened the door, she dash. Children, first part, B part is the answer. Mark it in your book.
And we have to also write it or just stick it.
No, this is a book exercise. Stick it in the book. B part is the answer, okay?
Ma'am, we have to write also.
No, you don't have to write. Just put a small tick in front of B part, okay? Now, when Alice opened the door, Ara, what happened after that? Read the options.
She walked through the door to the garden.
Read the question, beta. See, the options are already given to you. A, B, and C, right? You have to find the correct answer from them.
Ma'am, I know the answer is C.
Yes, let RF try. If he's not able to, then you will say the
Ma'am,
answer.
walk through the garden to walk through the door to the garden.
But Alice did not reach the garden. Did she reach the garden?
No, ma'am.
Then,
Ma'am. Ma'am
okay, Aditi.
could not even get her head through.
True, yes. She was not even able to put her head inside the door because she was very big and the door was very small. So, second part, A part is the answer. Put a tick. A part is the answer, okay? Aprajita, read the third question.
Okay, ma'am. After drinking the liquids in the bottle, Alice